All right, AJT fam, we're going to go ahead and do our recap for today. But during my reflection last night, I realized just how bad yesterday was. And what I mean by that, you guys that were in the classroom yesterday, I had a migraine. It was driving me insane. The more I talked, the more my head hurt. But we kind of fought through it. And then I ended up taking some medicine after lunch. And even though it kind of stopped the pain so much, the pressure was still there. And I wanted to share yesterday with you because as I was doing the reflection, I realized yesterday was a plethora of trading errors. So, I want to kind of bring that out and kind of go over that with you. So, I did tweet this out last night. It was late. A lot of people probably didn't see it, but I wanted to give you guys this advice because this is what's hurting a lot of people. You need to stay focused on your trading journey. Don't get distracted by the illusion of comparison. You don't want to compare yourself to what other people are doing. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and lose confidence by the highlight reels of others. And basically that's what you're seeing. You're just seeing their best snapshots. And they may throw in a bad one here and there, but you're seeing their snapshots. You're not getting the full story. And that's why it's important that I'm here every day, all day, so you get the full story. And days like yesterday, you really get to experience. So, just to start, this is the earnings trade on Monday. So, this is where we kind of left off. And there was a little piece left on going into the next day. And this picked up on yesterday. So I added some in pre-market, because we were holding support. We came back, tested it. I added some in. Yeah, we got a big back test. And I explained this yesterday. This is what we look for. We look to see on that first candle people taking profit, and then after that it starts to recover. And you can see we were able to make money here. So I took profit, ended up having to stop break even. I'm not going to let it go past break even because I'll always get back in. And that's what I did here. And you can see took profit all the way up, then coming back we got the reversal under the 20 and damn near got it all the way to the 100. But it did give us a full trade because on a reversal, I always look for it to come back to VWAP, and that's exactly what we got. So this was probably the best trading that I did yesterday because I had this plan clearly laid out from the day before, and then this, was a really good reversal. So now we're getting into CAT. This was a really good opening trade, on CAT. And it was really, this is the most simple strategy known to man. You let the 5-minute opening range candle break, you buy it on the breakout, and you ride it up. This was my final target, but you could see this thing ran, several dollars more. I don't really care about that because I got the meat of the move. This is what I wanted, and that's what I got. But, I didn't really sweat over this or run and try to jump in and grab that back. The next trade, we got AMD, and this one was on earnings, this is where things got cloudy and where I started making mistakes. There's no reason for me to buy in here. Okay, the earnings trade is you buy on the break of the high of the earnings candle. So somehow I convinced myself that we were bouncing and I'm going to buy here and all of this. That's not the strategy. So I got in, ended up having to take a hit. It wasn't that bad as opposed to earnings, because obviously on earnings we make a lot more. But that's what that was. And then SBUX, another error here. I'm shorting. It hasn't really broken the low. I'm just anticipating it to come down, and I had to stop out. And then because we were over it, this was a legit entry. We had broken over the high of the announcement candle, so I got in and it failed. Came all the way back, ended up having to take it off. So I bought down here. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why I ended up buying. I just don't know. And as I was doing my reflection, I realized this was just big mistakes. So I did hold SBUX overnight. And, so fortunately, that's where we're going to, get into today is SBUX. I held overnight. I took profit here. We pulled back and held a 100-day moving average here. I bought, added back and took profit at the LRC, took profit at this daily level. I was looking for 105. This thing is starting to roll over with the market now. It did get 104.50-ish, but it's just pulling back. But this was a really good save on the heels of making a bad entry yesterday. I was really fortunate to make this back, but how was I able to do it? I didn't think about the mistakes yesterday. When I came into this morning, I wasn't thinking about yesterday. I was thinking about, look at this trade, what kind of trade plan can I come up with that can make the best out of a bad situation? And that's exactly what I did. I sat back and I allowed the trade to do what the chart was telling me it was going to do. Once we reclaimed the support, my thought was, yeah, we would get a pullback at the open like we always do. But if we take out the 100 and go green, I'm in business. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if it didn't do that, if this confirmed lower, then I would have had to kill it. But it didn't. And that's the product of me having a trade plan right now. That's the whole product of me. This trade is a product of me putting a trade plan together from the open. The next trade we took was NVIDIA. Alright, so we got a short here on NVIDIA, and I got the first target and then it bounced on me. I went to short again, but instead of shorting here, I accidentally bought. So I had to flip it to get it short like I wanted it, and ended up getting, profit here, another base hit, taking it off. Thanks to one of the members in here, alerting me that I actually went long versus short, I was able to save this. But this was another mistake because I was looking at other stocks. And when you have different things going on, sometimes you make that mistake. But that turned out pretty good. I didn't lose that much money on it, maybe $100. And we ended up getting a really nice move. Okay, NVIDIA is rolling over again. It's trying to confirm under the low. The question is, how far do we have to go? And right here, 440.40 is the next daily level. So if we confirm taking out the low, we still have a long way to go. Next question, where is the linear regression channel in all of this? And we're sitting on it. So more than likely, we're going to get held up here. 447.09. So this readjusted to 447.09, which tells me we do have some selling pressure. And if this keeps adjusting down, we've got selling pressure. So if we confirm taking this out, 440 could be on deck if the market keeps selling. So let's kind of keep our eye on that to see if it does confirm. And this is me waiting on the second entry. I don't want to get the first entry when it breaks. I want the second entry on once it confirms, because that'll make me feel a little bit better about getting in this time of day. 11 o'clock is usually not the best time to take trades, because that's when the market starts to settle. You start to see algos take over, start trading sideways inside their channel. But you do have stocks like Tesla, like NVIDIA, like Netflix that could be really volatile during those time periods. So we want to kind of keep our eye on that. So that's today in a nutshell. Still waiting on SBUX to see if it's going to get to our 105. It's trying to bounce off of this. Yeah, if we close and confirm above this level, I may add back for the move to 105. Just depends on what the price action looks like. So let's see, how far would too far for this candle to run to negate this trade? On NVIDIA, like if it goes to sells off too far, yeah, it depends on your risk, because you're basing your trade off of this level, really these two levels. So if it runs too far away from these levels to where you're not comfortable with the risk, you don't take it. That's why you see me sometimes, if the stock runs away from the level, I was like, I can't take it. I can't manage my risk. The trade doesn't make sense. How much the level that I have to risk off of versus where the profit target is, just doesn't look right. And that's what I go by. I'm very adamant about not using numbers, not using percentages and all of that. All that does is kind of mess you up. You could look at a chart just by looking at it, identifying your risk level, and then identifying where your profit target is, and it'll tell you, does this make sense or not? So it looks like this is bouncing. See, that's why we wait for confirmation. If I had taken it on this, I'd have to deal with a pullback or deal with, you know, a lot more stress than if I had just waited for the confirmation and take the second entry. So we're gonna just sit back and wait. It's about lunchtime. So if I don't get this before we go to lunch, I just won't take it. And this is, you know, again, SBUX, we're just waiting on it. See if it completes our move for the day. So you guys, if you're going to lunch, have a great lunch. Remember, tomorrow is the trader mindset. In order to take these trades, I know it looks easy, but in order for it to be easy, you have to put in the work. And it's the mental work that you're going to have to put in. So if you guys really embrace the trader mindset program and take every evolution seriously and to heart, you're going to get there. So I will catch you guys on the other side.